establishing a collaboration between corporates and startups in order to cross-pollinate industrial innovations well ahead of usual product life cycle, thereby reducing redundancy and increasing chances of success of the startup. She has exposure to the commercial aspects of artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, industrial innovation startups, and has thereby developed a clear understanding of the importance of networking and collaboration, ever so vital to the financial success of startups. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Prajwal. That was very kind introduction. Thank you, everyone. So can I take forward from here?
Yes, ma'am. If you can take forward.
Yeah, super. So thank you very much. It was very glad to see that all Gen Z engineers are there in this forum. And thank you to BMSIT and IIC for creating this forum to interact with the coming up innovators, entrepreneurs, and most importantly, the engineers. Shall I share screen from my end? Please let me know once it is loaded
Yes,
on your
ma'am. Like you
screens.
can share.
Yeah.
You present it, ma'am. I'll tell you. Yeah, ma'am. Like we are able to like see your presentation.
Yeah, super. So it's in the full screen mode, right, Tejashni?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, super. So as Prajwal was mentioning, I was like ME in mechanical engineering and worked with the corporates like GE, Volvo, GKN Aerospace, Bosch, and all. Of course, the name sounds very fascinating for the engineers. So that is how my journey also started as a mechanical engineer. And after like 10 years of my experience with all these corporates, I was missing the big picture of the organization. So I was mostly into designing and analyzing the engine components for aviation as well as automobile. But I was missing somewhere the link, how my work is contributing for the big picture. So that is where I have taken a decision to come out of those fat paid corporate jobs and got into an accelerator where I was able to feel the dynamic nature of the startups. So that is where my journey started. I felt very curious to share this story with you because, you know, you being the engineers, it will be a kind of satisfying for me also, me being the engineer in the past and how my journey has moved towards the strategic innovation consultant. And now we have founded the Gen Z Innovations. So this is mostly regarding conducting the hackathons, the open innovation programs with the corporates, all those kind of stuff, right? So now I'm here in front of you to interact with you. We have to make this session, though it's a virtual. I want all of your contribution into this 1 hour because I can't just keep speaking from my end. We would like to have all your answers that goes into this business model canvas. So the name itself, can you raise your hands so that okay, if the screen is fine, I mean, if the internet is fine for you, probably you can on your video mode so that I'll be able to see instead of just seeing my screen. If there is a discrepancy with the internet, it's fine. No need to worry much. Okay, so the name itself was implying we have to make this more interactive, then only it will be lively throughout this 1 hour. I know how stringent it is to sit for 1 hour and listen to a person who is speaking on the other side, right? So let's make this more lively. Fine. Yeah, so business model canvas, the name itself has got 3 terminologies, isn't it? So business model, and business model canvas. So before entering into the big chapter of business model canvas, let us just dissect and understand more what is this each word implies. Okay, so I want your contribution to let me know. So here I have a question for you. I went to the next screen.
No, ma'am, like it's a
Yeah.
same school.
Yes, yes. So I want you guys to come out with your own definitions of what is business. Yeah, so feel free to contribute your own definition of what is business. There is here, no one is here to judge you or anything. Please, anyone in the audience, you can tell your own definition of what is business. What do you feel when it is business? What do you feel? What keywords comes into your mind? You can raise your hands, or probably I'll pick the names of you. Shall I
Business
pick the
means
name?
money
Very good. Yes. Ultimately, you need money. You need to make
and trade.
profit.
Yeah, trade.
Trade.
It's a
Super. Yeah.
Marketing. Marketing.
Pardon?
Marketing.
Marketing. Yes. Yes. Marketing. This is a very essential part for a business to go. Profit, trade, marketing. Some more words. Actually, you are already there to come out with what are the components to be covered in BMC. Some more?
uniqueness.
Uniqueness. Yes. Your product should be unique, right? It
It's
has
a
to. Dr. Sheila, ma'am?
yeah, it's a profession. I can call it
Yeah.
as a business.
Yes, business is also a profession. Yes, it is like highly challenged, dynamic profession. Day by day, it will be changing. Very nice. Very nice to hear a lot of keywords being coming from all
To
the
fulfill the
audience.
demand,
To fulfill,
trading,
to fulfill
fulfill
the,
the demand.
yes, to fulfill the demand, fulfill the customer. Yes, that's very important. That is the heart of the business, right? So very nice to hear. Actually, you guys are almost there. You understood what are all the components needed for a business. So in this exercise, let us just jigsaw puzzle all these keywords into a canvas. That is where we will be understanding what is this business. So just a few moment ago, we have heard few things. So this is a typical definition of a business, but you guys have already mentioned that we should create a value to the customer needs and wants. We should be able to deliver it through the, we should be able to keep get the payment, willingness to pay. And yes, market will play a major role to get your profit back, to get your money back, correct? So having understood what is business, let's move on to the next terminology. What is business model? I know you are all the engineers, and I can understand very well that you know what is a model, right? Now, again, I would like to hear from you. What do you feel? What is a model? Instead of getting into the business model, let us try to understand first what is a model. Guys, can you?
Can we call it as a prototype?
Yes, model is a prototype. Prototype is the one which makes you to understand very easily all the complex stuff that is there in the real life, correct? Yes, that's a prototype. Then what else it could be? Yes, actually, prototype is a very good answer. Model is nothing but it is a way of representing something, correct? You might have heard, when if you are a mechanical engineer, you might have heard about 3D models and electrical engineers. You might have heard about electric models, electric circuit models, correct? So this is nothing but a model which can represent something. In similar way, business also has got a model. Okay, that is nothing but it wants to represent how you are able to generate income through your product, how you are able to take the product to the customer, how you are able to get the person pay for your product, and how you are able to keep this in the market. So all these components will be represented in your business model. So for your, let's suppose if you take a mechanical model, you will be seeing some fasteners, bolts, flanges, all these things, correct? And at the same time, in the electric model, we see some bulbs, circuits, bulbs, wires, resistors, capacitance, those kind of stuff. So similarly, business also has got some prominent components, right? This is very nice. I'm very happy, glad that most of you are contributing. So now, components of business model, what they could be. Can you just make a wild guess? What could be the important components that will come in the business model?
So about the company, the product descriptions.
Exactly. Product makes a main role. Either it could be product or service. Yes, that's very important. And like ma'am said, market, that is also one of the very important component. And like someone contributed, it is like a trade, right? For you should have a good balance of the expense as well as the revenue to get your profit back. Correct? It's about making money as well. So all these are very essential components in a business model. Correct. So before getting your product, when we say product, actually, do you know why customers will pay for us? What do you think? What is your guess? Why customers has to buy any product that you are giving?
If it meets customer requirements,
Yes,
customer
correct.
satisfaction.
Absolutely. So customer is not buying your product. He is buying buying the value that your product is going to create for them according to his requirements. Whether you have a product or services, then he is buying for his service or the value of the product. Correct. In that way, there are very essential components that you really need to understand when it comes to the business model as such. Now, business model canvas. Oh, let me not skip introducing. Like, proud to say, Alexander Osterwalder. He is the person of. He's from Strategizer. He is the one who has invented this business model canvas. Now, you guys have understood what is business model, and what is going to be the business model canvas. I think most of you might be in a position to define now what is business model canvas. What is your guess? What is a canvas? Yeah, it's just a template, correct? So putting all these components and all the main elements of the business together, everything together in one template, that will make you a business model canvas. So it is nothing but you have to visualize, like all you've contributed, like product, prototype model, what else it could be, market, the channels, everything together, all these essential components you should be able to see in one single page. That is how you will be able to analyze it and come out with a portfolio for your product. Correct. So the business model canvas is nothing but it's a template with all the essential components in it. And I should say it is built on 9 essential blocks. Okay. These 9 essential blocks will together make, it's like your Legos, right? All your Legos you will get fixing together and coming out with some innovative design. Correct. In the same way, business model canvas, it is built upon 9 essential blocks to define your company portfolio. Let's see what are those what are those 9 blocks are. Before entering, so like someone was mentioning, it is very important that the customer will approach you if the product is satisfying his requirements. Correct. So this BMC model is a entrepreneur tool, I should say. It's a tool which will help us in understanding our model in a structured way, getting the customer insights, able to craft our value. Again, this value proposition, it's a beautiful terminology. It's like a big ocean. Again, I want you to explore how we have to come out with a proper value for our product. It also has got its own tool, value proposition tool, again invented by Strategizer. That's a very beautiful tool to craft your value. So BMC is also help us in understanding what is our value proposition, what channels we are going to use, and how we ultimately make money. Yes, business is always about making money. Not only about our model, we will be able to understand the competitors' model also. right? So here we came with all this background about business model and business model canvas. Here we are to understand more about the 9 essential blocks which together form our business model canvas. Before entering to this, I have a question here. Can you just let me know whether business model canvas, um, you can just raise your hands. Who feels yes can raise your hands. Okay. Is it a one-time activity in your company, or else it has to be done quite frequently? What do you feel about this? You guys can just raise your hand so that I can understand majority what they feel. I don't see any raised hands. Fine. No problem. We will just, I'll make you understand. Okay. Then it will be very easy for you to answer to this question. So business model canvas, as I told you, this 9 essential components are there. It looks something like our house, you know. This is a front portion of our house where customer segment, customer relationship, and channels. This is the phase of the company, correct? So this is like front portion of your house. And the back portion, you have like key partners, key activities, which are very important at the back end, right? These activities only will drive your value to the customer. So key activities, key resources, and key partners. All these things coincide at one column, which is value proposition. This is the one which is like heart of your business. Unless you know what is the value that you are going to provide, you have to come back to the square one if you really not clear about what you are going to provide and to whom. And all these blocks are standing on 2 essential components: cost structure and revenue streams. Don't worry, we will go through each and every block with an example so that you guys will be very easily understanding what is each block and why we need to do this each block and where it ultimately leads us. Okay. So just take a few seconds just to see the 9 essential components on BMC. Right? We have customer segments, customer relationships, channels, value proposition, key activities, key resources, key partners, revenue streams, cost structure. Yeah. So I think what is, before entering into the each and every block, it would be more interactive. Let's do one thing. We'll play this as a game. Okay. I'll take up each block. I will explain you what kind of questions we need to introspect ourselves so that you can get information to that particular block. Better we will take one example so that it will be very easy for you. And I think all of you are like college going engineers who are craving to become entrepreneurs after you come out from your schools. And I know you how hunger you are to get with some innovative product into the market. Okay, what example shall we take? I think we are using this Netflix, Amazon very optimistically, right? Being a pandemic and we being arrested in the houses. I think in our house, actually, each one of us will have a profile and we will be on the Netflix, at least one program a day we'll be watching it. I know you may be seeing more than few movies, correct? Shall we take Netflix as an example? I need consensus from you. Then we can move on. Guys, interested to? Yeah, super. So let's take Netflix as an example for each and every block. Okay. What we will do, I'll be driving you through each block and you will be telling me what Netflix would have thought about that. Okay. You need to participate. For everything, for all these 9 blocks, questions will be from my end. And I would like to hear from your end the discussion points. Okay. Customer segment. This is the first block. In this block, we should really need to understand whom we are looking to sell our product. right? So what Netflix would have thought about its customer segment? Quick question, quick answers I need, because we have already done with half an hour. We have only half an hour more. So kindly please unmute yourself and give me the quick answers. Whom Netflix would have thought as customers?
People who are interested in movies.
Then I should raise hand and tell me. Can you come again?
People who are interested in movies and series.
Very nice, very nice. Yes, people who are interested in movies and series. I'm glad in some of the webinars, participants were saying people. So when we say customer segment, we should not say like people. You are absolutely right here. You have caught what is the common behavior. So customer segment. So people who are interested in movies, documentaries, and other stuff will be the customers. Correct? Yes. So the Netflix is these are the customers. And customer segmentation, why we have used this segment, like you have mentioned, movie lovers, correct? We cannot say people are the customers. They have got some common behavior. They like seeing to the movies, and there are families who wants content for children and adults separately, so they have got their social behavior. In that way, depending upon the commonality, we need to segment the customer. Superb. Next, let's go to the next block. The next block is very, very important. It's value proposition. This is a very important exercise, because this is what will determine what you are going to provide to your customer. We have got through this value proposition canvas, one will be able to analyze what kind of pains customers are having with the existing solution, and what kind of gains are they expecting, and what kind of jobs to be done they should have. I mean, this ultimately lead you to understand what kind of features you need to provide for your product in order to take that to the customer, and customer will be able to this value proposition will define willingness to pay, right? So he has to give the compensation also, right? We are not doing social service. Business is like business, correct? So what could be the value proposition? I think everyone might be answering this. What is the value proposition of Netflix? One among you, quick. You understood what is value proposition, right? It's like the value, what it is giving to the customers.
Continuous streaming based on our likes. There are categories based on our likes, and the streaming
Very
can
nice.
be done continuously without any hassle. Even with the less internet connection, it should still go on. I guess that has been done right with the Netflix and Amazon Prime.
Super, Sharma. That's very nice. So yeah, so as you said, the main value proposition that Netflix is providing is on-demand watching of entertainment. You can watch wherever, whenever, provided, of course, like you said, internet should be there, and it is like 24/7 access, no ads. You can personalize your profile. The content is like you can you have got algorithm also to give the artificial intelligence is mapped, and it will give a marvelous recommendations, right? You may like this movie, you may like that movie. So this artificial intelligence, the growing deep technologies are also mapped. Absolutely super. You guys have got what is value proposition. Now let's move on to the next block. Key partners. Most of the startups at the starting, they feel like, okay, let us do everything on our own. Let us not rely on someone where we may get delayed. No, this is the biggest mistake that the entrepreneurs in the early stages will do. Especially in early stage startups should have got a good strategy for the partners. They should be able to identify who are their key partners and how they can take their value to the customer with the help of the partners. This is very important, right? So having guys said this, for Netflix, who could be the partners? Just a guess, quick guess.
The movie production team, production
Superb.
company.
Superb. You are there. Yes, movie production companies, content owners. Nowadays, Netflix is also doing some production, and they have to have the what is this media people, media houses, right? Yes. So then, along with that, they should also have the partnerships with the gaming industry nowadays, because they have got through Xbox we are getting Netflix, through WIA PlayStations we are getting Netflix, correct? So they should have partnership in those areas also. I have to say, this partnership with Google and Amazon, it's very interesting story. I don't think I can take some time here for you to tell, for me to tell that story, but please explore offline how this Netflix and Google are going to become our partners. Do you know how Netflix and Amazon are partners? You may be surprised that Amazon, being a competitor, how is a partner? Amazon Prime is a competitor, whereas Netflix is,
Kindle.
pardon? Kindle.
Streaming
Yeah,
services of Amazon. I'm very good
correct.
name.
Correct. So it is sharing the same Amazon Web Service. Both Prime and Netflix are sharing the same streaming same services. So that is how they are partners. And Google and Netflix, they have got like common enemy, and they felt like, okay, let us both become the partners. That's a very interesting story. You should just explore in your offline. Yeah, so having all you guys understood key partners, let's move on to the next block of our BMC. Key activities. This is very important, because once you've identified what is your value, who are your customers, and what kind of partnership you need to do, you have to do the activities, right? We have to do some in-house activities to reach them. So you have to make the list of those activities. Once you do this value proposition, you will be understanding what kind of gains you are going to provide through your product. So that makes you to understand what kind of features have to be there in your product or service to satisfy the customer. So that will give you the list of the key activities that has to be done in the back end to make the customer happy. Did anyone think for a second like, okay, I'm choosing a movie on the Netflix, and just like that it is coming on your screen? Do you know how many activities are being held behind that? Yeah, they are like countless. It should not there should not be any delay, and it should be streamlined without any turbulence, and to happen all these things, the engineers, software application engineers, all these people have to do enormous work, correct? So I think I have told you what kind of activities Netflix may be doing, but no problem, you can guess from your perspective. Can you make a guess what kind of key activity that they need to do for Netflix? What could be the key activity in the Netflix?
Sorting, searching.
Yes, sorting, searching. So it has to come out with the updated program and its platform. So ultimately, it has to be updating its platform quite frequently, because technology is growing and competition is growing. To have a competitive advantage, its platform should be just right with high performance, correct? So superb, you guys are like getting into all those jigsaws into picture and making it happen. So key activities, correct: production and licensing, development of Netflix platform, and most importantly, they also should do the activities like investing in technology, hiring, retaining the talents. Talent is very important for this kind of companies, which are mostly like value driven, correct? These companies are driven based on value more than the cost. So they have to have a very focus on the content that they are offering to the customers. Superb. Now let's move to the next block, which is key resources, right? Of course, everything are set. Now we need resources. The resources matlab, it doesn't mean that you want to have resources or like only human. It is like your infrastructure is also a resource. Whatever comes into play, like financial, intellectual, human, physical, all these things. If you take some industrial industry components like missions or some of the resources, the people running those missions are resources, and finance for business loans, credit cards. So all these resources are very, very important for a business. At this juncture, let me tell you, let me also introduce you to two more things. There are two categories. Okay, business is categorized in many ways based upon different factors. Okay, so one category is like product driven business, and we also have customer driven business. Fine. If you say product driven business, it is like mostly originated inside the company. So there will be intellectuals who will creative engineers who are able to analyze what kind of product can just get penetrated into the customers. So this will originate from the company, not from the customer perspective. So this kind of products we say as product driven businesses. Can you just guess an example which is most product oriented? It won't think about whether all the customers will be willing to pay or not. Yeah, let me not take more time on this. The example is like Apple, Apple, right? So their products are morely originated internally. They don't, they will categorize the customers. And only to that particular segment, they will be willing to provide the product, and they won't compromise with the product, with the product. So they want to have all features, the values more than required also. Sometimes you may be seeing like some of the phones, though speaking is the main thing, other than addition to speaking, a lot of other things also will be there, correct? So Apple is for product driven, whereas if you say customer driven, it is like originated from outside. Based upon the customer's perspective, we will be coming out. Okay, this is totally different topic, let us not go. I just want to introduce you at this juncture just product driven businesses and customer driven businesses. Okay, so having you understood the key resources, what is meant by key resources, can you please guess what it could be for Netflix? For Netflix, which could be the key resource you feel?
They have to have powerful servers and servers, and then cloud services probably, and
yes,
also powerful software team.
Absolutely, absolutely. Superb. So these are the key resources that makes the company to stay together. Like they should have the intellectual people who are into the software developing, and who can also producers, like someone said, yes, producers is also very important, and filmmakers. And added to this, they should be able to understand the AI they should be able to come out with the algorithm for the artificial intelligence. That's what will make the recommendations, right? So in this kind of company, so human and digital resources are very, very important. Like ma'am said, so servers has to be high end, only then it can perform with less delay, with no delay, I should say, correct? Yeah. Now let's move on to the next block, customer relationships. Do you feel is this important? Yes, this is absolutely important. And this again has got different areas, like acquiring the customer is important, as well as retaining them. Okay, added to this, finding out the new customers once you get a set of customer segment. So acquiring the customers, how do you acquire the customers? So it is depending upon the product, correct? So you need to understand the methods to attract the right people. You cannot just go and randomly select the people, correct? You should try to understand which set of people will be interested in your product. So to that set of people, how you can approach, either through social media. So you should understand where they are hanging. Are they hanging on FB or Twitter or any industry specific forums, correct? So once you understand the methodology and acquire the customers through all the prevailing tools in the market, you have to also think about retaining them, correct? Getting customer is one thing. The next milestone is retaining them. You have to retain them. You might be seeing from lifestyle, getting the calls on your birthday and all other important days, wishing you. These are all some of the methodologies of retaining the customers. They are not wishing you, actually. They are reminding you that we are here, come and do shopping with us. So this kind of tactics and all, we have to, not tactics, I should say, being this BMC, we should say strategies. These are the strategies.
It's
Yeah. Come on, ma'am. Yeah. So this is like some of the method strategies that we should come out with, how we can maintain a relationship with customers, acquiring the customers and retaining the customers. Fine. Now, having I said this, can you just can you guys make a wild guess how Netflix is maintaining this relationship? Anyone? You are very happy to see the movie on the screen, so you should be able to tell how that relationship is formed with your Netflix. Okay, fine. So yeah, here we are. So Netflix is giving you the recommendations, which are very important, and you feel very much connected. Like, though you miss watching that movie, it will come out and say, hey, you may like this movie, see this movie. And added to this, it is using all the social media to let know the customers that we are here with the new content, new programs and stuff like that. And more importantly, it is maintaining the very the streaming, I mean, how you can get subscriptions. You can get subscriptions through website or email or chat or telephone. So it is providing you a very easy platform to get connected, correct? Now let's move on to the next stage, channels. Yeah, channels are also very important. So by what means the company will deliver the value proposition to each segment. So you may be thinking like how partners are different from channels. Okay, partners, it is like completely you will be tying up with the out of business partnerships. Okay, channels, here you will be analyzing what channel you need to pay internally. Okay, and how you need to approach those partners to reach to the customers. Okay, yeah, so these are like channels. Once this will make you to visualize how your value will reach the customer and how you can evaluate your product. Evaluating the product at each and every milestone is very, very important. Okay, only when you evaluate, you will understand whether you are going in a right direction or not. Fine. So these channels will help you to understand, more than understand, visualize how your product is able to take the value, drive the value to the customer. Okay, so having I said this, please, I want answers from you guys, like what kind of channels Netflix might have thought. I think many of you may be knowing, being the engineers and being the we are also customers of Netflix, right? Yeah, please, what could be the channels? Girls, boys, am I boring you?
There are plenty of channels to advertise, YouTube being one of them.
Yes, YouTube is a channel. I don't think
They do advertise there, the Netflix.
Okay, Shama. Yeah, so for advertising sake. And what are the other channels?
You mean the partner channels?
Partners are different. Channels, I mean to say, like how you are able to see. Are you able to see only through your TV, or are you able to see with any other gadget? So what kind of channels they have to stream those?
Yeah, multiple access we have, like on the web and on the app.
Correct.
On the tab. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So these are the different channels that Netflix has thought about. Like it can stream through TV applications or else through gaming consoles, right? And like you said, yeah, advertisements. It is using all online, offline advertising and using all the social media to reach their customers. Superb. Now let's move on to yeah, I want to just speak about this picture here. So channels, we think like, okay, we are streaming the TV, but this, if we see, this is our streaming area, and this is the content area, all the TV shows, digitals and all. This is the, in between, lot of activities are being happening, right? When the server, you may think that only one server is there, which is in US. No, there is something like content delivery networks, CDN. I think most of the software engineers might have heard about this, right? So there are the clouds, like clouds, there are there in the, if suppose if in India I'm sitting here and selecting one movie, it won't go to the US server directly. It will search for the nearest server and connect me to there, and and get the content that I have selected. So all these things will happen in fraction of seconds. See, unless there are no channels like this, how come we will be able to stream whatever we are selected without any delay? Correct? So channels are very important to provide the value that we have promised to our customers. Next, having discussed about all the 7 blocks which are standing on cost structure and revenue stream, now let's come to the finance area. Yes, cost structure. This is very, very important, because we need to understand how much, what is the baseline cost. Okay, what is the baseline cost? It could be for it is for operations. This include all the operations. Could be like infrastructure or costs associated with the activities that you have listed earlier under the key activities, and the cost you have to invest to get the key resources, and cost you have to keep to get the key partners. So all this cost will be included in the cost structure. So for the Netflix, as most of you have contributed, yes, content is the main cost for Netflix, correct? So it has to purchase the license from the producers, from the production, from the media houses, TV, and it also should have the cost on R&D and AI, which is very important, and it should invest cost on the technology to maintain the subscription platform to perform with the high performance. Correct? So all these are the cost included for Netflix. If you see this graph over here from 2014 to 2018, this is how they have started investing for the content. Right now they have become producers. You might be seeing most of the things like original Netflix, correct? Original Netflix content on your screen. So this is how I should tell this story. You know, right, how Netflix has emerged. This has started in 1997. Though the first value proposition that they came out is like renting the CDs through mails. Okay, so this was like a competitor for the Blockbuster then. Okay, though they started their business like renting the CDs, now they came to the position where they are producing the content as well as on-demand streaming, no linear and all. Earlier we used to have the remotes and we used to press in the cable. Now the value proposition has been so much updated that you can watch on demand. If you want to watch something and your brother wants to watch something, everything can happen at the same time. So this is like on-demand watching, correct? So it has evolved over the period. Now I think you guys can answer to my question. This BMC is a one-time activity, or you should keep doing often for your business? What do you feel? Anyone from the audience? Hope not all of you slept after the after past 50 minutes. No, I think you didn't sleep, because you guys are very active in contributing for the past questions.
And so have, I think, answered in the chat box also.
Oh, super. I was not noticing in the
So like
chat
it's
box.
evolving.
Okay, okay, super. Yes. So it's like evolving, correct. It is not like a one-time activity. It will be going on and on. Okay. So you have to just keep updating based upon the changes in the customer, change enhancements in the technology. You should just keep updating your uh, all the essential blocks in the BMC. And value proposition, you should have a very frequent exercise on that to keep updating the value also, because that is how you can keep up the competitors advantage, right? Then coming to our last block, this is revenue streams. Revenue streams. So have we understood the cost structure now? Now revenue streams, in which through how this will mostly talk about how your audience are willing to pay. Okay, how they are willing to pay to you for a product or service or value, whatever it is, right? So what kind of stream is comfortable for them to pay for your value, correct? These are the this is like basic definition of revenue streams. So you should be able to understand this will change based upon the product. For Netflix, the revenue stream will be different, whereas if you have if you look into e-commerce, like retail or something, the revenue stream will be different. Right now, of course, being this pandemic, we are relying on Amazon, Flipkart, all this e-commerce areas only. We have got different revenue streams depending upon the product that you are offering. So for Netflix, how are we paying? How are you getting subscribed to the Netflix? Yeah, someone else answered. We'll pay through the phone. Yes, yes. Actually, I forgot to tell, like Netflix is offering us to pay from the phone or from the website. Yeah, super. So it has basically given three models, like basic, standard, premium, correct? Basic, standard, premium. So in these three subscription plans, people are able to pay. This Netflix has come out with a very very intelligent strategy, you know. They are giving you the amount looks small, like 199, 499, 649, 799. It looks like okay, we can afford. But the thing is, like, they have got 180 million subscribers all over the world. So imagine, these are the low subscriptions, right? But the volume of customers they have is enormous. So that is how they are able to make their revenues, correct? So this is the subscription plan is the main revenue stream for the Netflix. I think we have covered all the blocks. Now, last but not the least, you should be able to understand when you can use this business model canvas. Okay, so this is very important. Like you mentioned, it is like evolving. It is not like one-time activity. You need to keep doing this all the time. Okay, so when you should do, when you are going to introduce a new product, you have to do this, yes. And when you are starting any new business, or if you would like to have a clarity about the current existing businesses, and if you want to also bank the competitor, you should be able to build the BMC for competitors product as well. So that will give you the portfolio, what are all the areas he might have looked, and what are the areas that you need to look, correct? So these are the key essential things when you need to do this BMC. Great. So I think I've given very less time for your Q&A, but still, yeah. So this is like just an awareness about BMC. And as I have mentioned, each and every block are like big topics, I should say. Okay. So it would be very good, interesting if you do some exercises on any business idea if you have. Actually, added to this nowadays, there is another canvas by name Lean In Canvas. Okay, This lean in canvas is especially for startups. It is also derived from BMC. BMC, it's more like for established organizations, and early startups also can use. But lean in canvas, it will just screw us up because it has got a metrics to see where we are standing, and also it will tell about the adoption barriers and who could be your customers, like the technology. Pardon? I missed something.
No, ma'am, like you can carry.
Yeah. Okay. So there is a technology adoption life cycle. That's a very important. Please make a note of this technology adoption life cycle. So that will tell you when you are giving a new technology product. People are not interested to know the technology in your product. They are just interested to know whether it is providing the value what they are expecting from your product. Okay. So this technology adoption life cycle, it will tell you about who are going to be your immediate adopters of your product. Okay, that's a very interesting topic. Please have a look into that. So I think this 1 hour have given me an opportunity to just give you a start of your journey. Okay, hoping that all the content whatever I have shared with you has will help you in future. Please do update your knowledge on this BMC and keep doing exercise on your business model. Let me know if anyone have questions. You can just raise your hand, and probably I can take few questions. We have got 2 minutes. I think we can take extra 5 minutes. No, Tejashwini, can we take 5 more minutes for Q&A?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Yeah. Do you have any questions, dear?
Ma'am, have you been mentoring any entrepreneurial team right now, or have you done that before?
Yes, my job is actually that. So I am like a startup consultant as well. So we have got some startups identified through the hackathon. So currently I was with the agri startups, some of the agri startups. Right now we have started a pre-induction program. So through this pre-induction program, we are mentoring all those early stage startups.
Okay. How does student come and approach you in case if they want a mentor like you, if they think that you can add some value to their startup or their venture?
Yes, ma'am. So what I have got one of the clients. So what they do is like through the college. This is also a innovation council. So through their institute, they have approached me for mentoring their team member, their incubatees. So through the institute, I have been started mentoring them on weekly basis or fortnight basis. So right now, directly with the students, I mean, we can make out. It is not a big deal either through institute, but through institute will be good because I'll be having a track of what kind of idea and how serious are they. Because some guys, I mean, they should have some initial boost up to start with their product. So usually we will be dealing through the institutes. And if any individual wants from BMSIT, if you guys want through Tejashwini or Sangamesh, you can approach me, no issues.
Sure,
I think
ma'am.
Sangamesh, yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to post to Tejashwini or your any fact. How is it, Tejashwini? You have the contacts of everyone on the forum, right?
Ma'am, like our team has the contacts, ma'am.
Okay. So if audience have any questions, please post it back to me. I'll be glad to answer to them and be in touch with them. Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much. I have this information for you for this 1 hour. And hoping to see if I can make any contribution for your startups. I'm very glad to do that. Okay. All the very best and have a nice entrepreneurial journey. Just it's not a very easy journey. I know there will be a lot of thorns in the path, but still the accomplishment will just make you forget everything. All the very best. Okay, entrepreneurs, engineers, innovators, you are going to rule the world. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now I would like to request Tejaswini ma'am to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Prajwal. Thank you, Sirisha ma'am, for delivering such a wonderful talk on this BMC model. We came to know about 9 essential components of BMC, and with a beautiful example, you like explained each and every component of the BMC model, ma'am. It was a very interactive session. Thanks a lot, ma'am. And
Thank you.
I thank our management and principal sir for encouraging us to conduct such activities in the college. I thank our IAC conveyor and Dean of External Affairs, Dr. Seema Singh, and even IAC coordinator, main coordinator, Dr. Sheila ma'am, for encouraging such activities under IAC. I thank all the participants for attending this interactive webinar. Thanks one and all. Sheila ma'am, like anything else to?
Yeah. Thank you, Shirisha. I'm Dr. Sheila Katawate, who is IIC coordinator at BMS
Thank you,
ITM.
ma'am.
And it was
Thank
a
you,
wonderful session, very nice session with a very simple example of Netflix, which could be understood by everybody. You went through all the different blocks of business model canvas. Thank you for a wonderful session. And I also thank Tejaswini madam, who coordinated the entire session. Thank you so much, Tejaswini ma'am. And also, Shama for helping us with all these things. Thanks a lot. Thank you, students, for attending this. Please, just start somewhere so that one fine day you will also become an entrepreneur and you will start exploring the things. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Shirisha. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure. Thank you, Tejaswini. It was streamlined well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I think the feedback link is given in the chat box, so kindly fill that.
Tejaswini, we can leave, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Bye, bye.
Yes,
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye, bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.